Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Make a Change Talk Show and Podcast. Well, podcast and talk show. So, today's topic is talking about teachers being on strike. Now, do you feel that teachers should be on strike? Do you feel that the teachers have good reasons to be on strike? One is yes or no, and your reason why you feel that them being on strike is for a good cause. Okay? And what should we do to change the school district, the school system, to better for the kids and the teachers? So if you want to be a guest to come up and have your opinion, not everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, so please respect everyone's opinion. No, I did not dress up because I did not feel like putting on the makeup. I'm only coming over here just for a short period of time, give you guys like an hour to host this topic. So I'm going to put the link in the comment section. If you want to come up as a guest, you can come on up as a guest and you can add your comment of why. So I'm going to copy. So I'm putting in the comment. Okay. So put in the comments. So anybody that wants to come up as a guest, you more than welcome to use that link to come up as a guest. Now, if you want to just be in the comment and put your stuff in the comment, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So here's my reason. I feel like the teachers need to stand up. I feel like every hardworking American citizen needs to strike. And the reason why I feel like you need to strike, and I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to get mad because, when you speak in the truth, you're trying to wake people up, they get upset with you. So the reason why I feel like every hard working American citizen should strike is because if we strike and we stop working, we stop paying taxes, we stop funding campaigns for government officials or electoral officials, then people will start to get some of the demands that they are requesting from the government, from our government officials. I feel like a lot of these government officials has been in these seats forever, and they have shown you time and time again that they are not for the American people. It doesn't matter which party they're on. They have shown you that they're not for the American people. If big COVID-19 haven't taught the American people anything, that we should not depend on our government officials, and that they do not care for the American people, no matter how much they claim they do, but they have shown us time and time again. For one, when there was COVID, when this whole pandemic came out, they didn't take it serious at first. They didn't do none of that. No, they did not. Okay? Second, how long did it take them to go into office, to sit down and come up with a stimulus package? And was that stimulus package enough for the surviving Americans? People was losing their homes. People have lost their jobs. People was, going into depression. People was really suffering during that time. Do I feel like the government stepped up and did what they supposed to do? No, I do not. I think they failed the American people. I think they failed you. And my thing is, if you just keep complying and doing everything that you have told to do, and you won't stand up and fight for yourself, you're going to always get the same circumstances no matter what person is in office. Because guess what? We have went from the Republican 4 years and it was a disaster. We went from the Democrat, it's a disaster, back and forth of these two parties. Now what they should have done was all came together and say, you know what, we're going to put our differences aside and we're going to come together and do something to help the American people. That's what they should have did. But no, they did not care about that. They cared about their own campaign parties. They cared about their own agendas. They cared about their own self. Now, the governor in Texas showed you how much he cares about the Texas people. When there was a snow, he was off somewhere, him and his family safe, and a lot of people died. Everybody knows that the school district has been corrupt for years, have not been paying these teachers their fair salary, has not been providing equal education for our children, overcapacitating the classroom amongst one teacher, not providing safety programs to protect our children, taking out the sports, taking out the music, taking out all of these things to help to stimulate our children. No, they have turned these school system into like a prison system for our children. Yes, everybody needs structure, but you have to understand, some kids, they, being in music class, that help stimulate your mind when you may have a lot going on and you just needed somewhere else to let go. Running, playing basketball. You know how it used to be when we was back in the days when we were stressed out, and sometimes we go out there, start playing and running and all these type of stuff. How did it help us and how it affect us? Right? So I feel like the teachers got balls, and I went by applauding every teacher. I went by and applauded every teacher for their bravery. Enough is enough. When is enough going to be enough for you folks to step up and just say, you know what? Even though my child had to be at home and not at school, I'm a little disappointed. But I know, as working in the healthcare field, which, a lot of healthcare workers, we don't get paid enough for the work that we do. And I said to myself, when I saw those teachers, I said, I wish every healthcare worker would just go on strike. Would just go on strike and say enough is enough. We are tired of working short-handed. We are tired of being underpaid, overworked, not appreciated. We are tired. We are tired and have to go and work 90 hours a week. not having the time to enjoy our money, not having the time to enjoy our life with our kids, or none of that. We spend so much time working just to pay bills. And what is it to have a big luxury house when you can't even enjoy to lay in the bed? What is it to have a luxury car when you can't even enjoy to drive? What is it to have money in the bank when you can't even enjoy the money that you're working hard for? Because every time you look around, they are taking your money with nonsense, bullcrap taxes that they're taking from the American people. Now, they showed you how they care about us, but they showed you when it came to Ukraine and to Pakistan of how quickly they all came together and sat over, not one time, two times, of all that money they sent to Ukraine, saying those people need help. When you have homeless people here in America, people that cannot eat, people that are about to be evicted, people that are still suffering from COVID, the vaccine, everything. But all they telling you that American people are worth is a lousy $1,400. $1,400 is what they're saying that you are worth. So I do applaud these teachers because they are stepping up and say they don't have enough of this bullshit. I'd rather be homeless, I'd rather be poor than to keep overworking myself like an animal and not even reaping the benefits. So sometimes we have to just say, when are we going to just say enough is enough? Because, complying is not getting you nowhere. Complaining is not getting you where. They say you go and vote. When you go down and vote has not changed anything. Because the people that you vote for, they promise you the world, the moon, the stars, all of that. But then when they get in the seat, they do nothing that they ran their campaign on. Nothing that they have read their campaign on. They do nothing. Especially my black people. I definitely want to speak to the black people, the African American people. You don't have a bill for the Asian. You have a bill to protect every other race except black race. You have, but yet when it's time to vote, it's always the black areas that you want to come and run your campaign and give us false promises and false hope and false dreams. But yet when you get in these seats, you overlook the black people. You do nothing for the black community. And then people have the audacity to talk about black on black crime. When black people, the severity of the black unity is striving that people are in survival mode. When people are in survival mode, they do things that, hey, that is unthinkable because you're in survival mode. You're trying to live. You're trying to eat. It's a dog eat dog world when you are in a survival mode. Yes. Look at the animals out there. When they're hungry and they need to eat, they go and attack. They go and attack because they're trying to survive. They're trying to survive for them and their kids. What programs are they putting in place for these people that are getting out of prison to get them established in this world, this society, so they don't have to keep going back and forth to prison? Yes, Some places must have raised up the minimum wages, but with the taxes is going high, food costs is high, gas prices high, rent is raised up sky high, and they're asking 4 or 5 times of the rent. How can you survive? How can you survive? Before you even get your check, they already done took half of your money out of your check. So yes, it's $15, but how much taxes are they deducting after you get your check? How much money how much money are they deducting after you get your check? Huh? Let's talk about it. Guys, don't be afraid to talk about it. If you want to be on this topic that I'm having up here, please join in. I put the link in the comment section, so you guys should be able to click on that link and come aboard. If you can't, put it in the comments to let me know that you cannot. You know, yeah. Yes, because I want everyone to yeah, I did not put on my makeup today, guys, because like I said, I'm over here eating real quick because I'm about to have class at 6 o'clock. So, let's talk about it, guys. Don't be afraid to talk about it. You know what? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. And I know that I should be eating from Long John Silver because I'm on this 21-day challenge. And I know my coach probably be on here somewhere watching. But I just had a craving for it. And I just had to have it. Yeah, guys, so let's talk about it. Talk about it, guys. Let's talk about this. I think because it needs to be had, it needs to be talked about first of all. I applaud these teachers because they got balls. How many healthcare workers complain about their jobs, but they sit there and they still go and clock in every day? How many times you go and clock in on a job, right? And you put in all these hours at these nursing homes. Half the time they don't have half of the equipment for the patient. They're out of something. Sometimes you gotta take your hard-earned money and pour it back into the patients. Uh, Sometimes you go to work, patients don't have diapers. They don't have a lot of equipment. It's like the equipment be raggedy, and the facility they try to save money. They have one nurse having over 45 to 50 people to take care of, aides, 20 some people, sometimes 40 people. She got to take care of. They expect you to bathe these people, feed them, change them every 2 hours, plus do housekeeping. All of these things they expect you to do. When you complain, the first thing they want to do is start to write you up for nonsense stuff because you speak up, you speak out about these things, you make them aware, and they say, "Oh, you can come to us because we want to make the place, our workplace, a better place." No, you don't. You want to know who's the snitches in your workplace. You want to know the people that are not happy, and you don't change it. What you do is get rid of those who may be complaining about things because they're complaining too much. But you still have the everyday problem. So, guys, tell me what you think. What was that? So, tell me what you think. Put it in the comments, guys. And if you haven't downloaded my app, hold on 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break and then Well, hello guys. So, if anyone ever wants to be a guest on my podcast, please inbox me. If there's a topic that you have and you want to talk about it, and you want to come and be a guest on my podcast, inbox me. If you want to be a guest, a co-host on on my podcast, you can also inbox me as well. If you are an artist, and I want to say this, if you're an artist and you want to get your music played on my radio station, inbox me. If you, oh guys, I forgot to tell you guys. So my registration and everything for uh, Make a Change, Make a Change Film and Music Production is already available to me. As you know, my record label is official. I applied for the license. I had the license for my network channel already. I just didn't have it for my radio station and my record label. But now I am officially have my license for both of them, for all three. So, plus my nonprofit organization. I want to give things those that who are donating to Make a Change post COVID victims. You are doing a disservice because you are helping people who are really in need. And I know that there's time and people really don't have the money to donate to help other people. But I always was raised. I always was brought up. Even though sometimes I struggle a lot, and I don't always have. I could be riding down the street and I see a homeless person standing on the side of the road. And even though this is just the $10 that I have to my name, and I don't have any other dollar or anything, I sit there and I question. I say, do I have a place to lay my head? Yes, I do. Do I have food at the house to eat? Yes, I do. Do I have a car that I'm driving? Yes, I do. Who need this $10 more? You or them? And in my mind, I'm looking at this person have no home. They're standing out on the side of the road. They're asking people for food. And no matter what people might say, well, they're a drug addict. It's that. I don't care. It's not my job to judge somebody with their life. My job is to be a helping hand. And if I feed somebody that is hungry, I'm going to feed them. Because I know that self-love will never help anybody. Showing love and kindness will change a person's life. Because they feel like they have somebody. So for those that have donated to Make a Change post COVID-19 victim, and I know that it probably was hard for you to donate, but let me just tell you something. I thank you for your donation. And even though we need to keep doing more, because we need to be able to put these services in place for people. But I know that this nonprofit organization would change lives. It would change lives tremendously. It would keep people in their homes. It would keep food on people's table. It would help people with their mental health. It will also help people to be educated about the importance of protecting themselves from COVID and giving them a voice to speak out of how COVID has impacted their life. Giving them a group of people that also can relate and understand them of what they're going through and not being a judgmental towards them at all. It is easy sometimes sitting on the sideline judging other people because everything in your life is going right at that moment. Because sometimes we never think that things going to happen to us. And let me tell you something. I've been in the healthcare field for over 19 years. Okay. Some of the patients would cry and complain about being in pain and all of that stuff. And sometimes I used to be like, oh, you just, doing that because you want to be lazy. You don't want to get up and all of that stuff. Because I really didn't understand their pain. Until I, myself, start going through those same pain and having those health issues that these people are having. Now I can understand. Now I'm more understanding. I'm more, patient. And I could be an ear because I understand what these people went through. Not in a million years that I ever thought that I personally, myself, would become a patient. Would have been pulled out on a stretcher from your job in front of your patients. The same patient that you take care of every day on a day-to-day basis. I never thought that. So this is why I say sometimes people need to humble themselves. Don't think that you are so high mighty and you sit on a high pedestal that destruction cannot come upon your life and change your whole world. Do not think that because you are a multi-millionaire that you yourself cannot be the same person living on the streets, homeless. This is why I said I'm not a Christian. I'm a righteous person because I do what is right. What my heart tells me is right. Jesus himself was never a Christian. He was a righteous man. He stood against corruption. He didn't care who it was, who it is. He stood against it. He did what was right. What makes sense? What is my heart telling me? And he allowed his heart to lead him to do things that is right. And a lot of times people could not understood or understand Jesus' teaching. And to this day, they still do not understand his teaching, his method, and everything that he stood for. They make up tradition, laws, rules, and regulation to control, to dominate, to condemn, to crucify people. But those same laws, Jesus found favor in every person. He found favor in that prostitute. He found favor in that murder. He found favor in every last one of those persons. He saw something in them that the world couldn't see in them or wouldn't see in them. Because it's not that you can't see. It's sometimes you don't want to see. You just so focused on the negative of somebody's life and you never take the time to sit down and ask yourself, what is some of the positive trait of this person? Why is this person in this predicament? Can I understand? Jesus himself was God Almighty. And yes, he did come down here to die for us. But there was time when Jesus had vulnerability. There was some times when Jesus questioned. There was some times when Jesus didn't even want to do it. And he is God Almighty. But what he did is finish. Finish. Because he knew that him dying on that cross, people were still going to be selfish, malicious, and envy, hatred, all of that was still going to exist in this world. He knew that people was not even going to be appreciative. But he still did it so you and I can have a second chance. No matter what we did wrong, no matter what crimes we committed against God, God still saw the best in us for him to sacrifice his life on that cross to shed his blood for us. And he repeat over and over again that he is not a religious God. He is a righteous God. That means he does not practice anything. And a religious, let me tell you what it is. It's a tradition that you make up to control, condemn, and crucify somebody else. That you want these people to be on this narrative path, and if they fall off, you show no mercy for them. Jesus showed mercy for everybody. Everybody that came to him. Even the ones that talked about him. Even the ones that crucified him. Even the ones that spit on him. Even the ones that didn't even believe in him. And did you not know that a half of those people that Jesus fed, half of those people that was among Jesus did not believe in him? They was not there with good intention, and Jesus knew it. He knew it. They was only there because he was giving them food. He was healing their bodies. He was doing all these miracle things. But he knew that they did not have a love in their bodies for him, and they did not believe that he was the Messiah. They did not have faith in him. They only believed because of what they saw. And even when their eyes were showing them the works of his hand, they still had questions in their minds, in their hearts, to where they did not believe in him. And when there was time for him to get crucified, it was only a few of them that was there to support him at the end. But the rest of all of those people that he had flee from him, and they was the one that chose for him to die, because they did not believe in him. They did not believe in him. They was only there for their own selfish reason. It's to get food, to get healing, but they did not come with love in their heart for him. And that's why the Word of God make it so clearly that you should have love in your heart for all human beings, no matter if they're rich, poor, ugly, beautiful, tall, no matter what color they is, that you should never hate a person so much that you would not be able to offer them a bread or a glass of water or even a prayer or even just some kind words uplifting. It is easy to condemn people when they're doing wrong, but the hardest thing for people to do. And this is why people keep wondering why all of these things are happening in the world and they blame God. But it's just the human nature of why of all these bad things are happening. And I'm going to tell you why these things are happening. The reason why they are happening because people have taken love out of their heart for humanity. People don't have the compassion for humanity. You would rather crucify somebody, kill somebody, destroy a life, and damage all living things. And you expect this world supposed to run the right way. You expect with all the evil things, the malicious things that are going on in this world, that you think that you were supposed to be on the earth and there is supposed to be nothing but good time when people themselves have chosen to play God themselves because they want to be in power, they want to be in control, and they do not have love and compassionate for no one. They don't care who they step on, they don't care who they hurt, they don't care none of that as long as they get to the top. They will shit on people, they will steal from people, they will kill people, they will hurt people, they will do all of these evil things to get to the top. When they even know that just by a simple of kindness will get you far along than any evil malicious thing that you can do to get over on people. Because yes, you may reach to that top, but you would never stay to the top by mistreating other people, by condemning other people, by judging other people. That's why your heart is always supposed to be giving. Giving, giving, giving. God said if you have to question yourself when you are giving bread, then don't give it because you're not giving it for all the right reason. If you have to film you giving somebody something for clout, don't give it because you're not giving it for all the right reason. God said he blesses those who give in secret. He gives to those in quantity who love in secret. Everything that you do is in secret because you're not doing it for clout. You're not doing it for a hidden agenda. You're not doing it because you're looking for something. You're doing it because that is what your heart is. You have a pure heart and your heart is to help and love other people. And that's why God will bless those people in multitudes. Churches is supposed to be a secretary place where you can go into the house of God for prayer. You can go into the house of God with all of your problems and they're supposed to understand you. They're supposed to uplift you. They're supposed to help you. But that is the same very place where they do nothing but condemn other people and close the doors on somebody just because that person don't follow their traditional laws. Churches are out here collecting money from the poor instead of helping feeding a lot of these poor people, sheltering these poor people, giving clothes to these poor people because they're worried about having a large, big church, a fancy church. Who gives a damn about that church? When Jesus comes, that church is going down. It's just a building. You should be able to go and speak the word in a trap house, with no doors and nothing, because you are going there to serve the people and give the word of God. You are not going and preaching because you want a humongous church, or you want a fancy car, you want a fancy suit. I don't care if I go in a raggedy suit. Jesus didn't go around in no fancy building. He didn't ride in a fancy car. He didn't wear fancy clothes, because he's telling you, do not worry about a building. Do not worry about the clothes that you have on. Do not worry about the shoes that you put on your feet. Don't worry about the car that you need to drive. All of those things are materialistic. They are going away. When you die, they are going to be used by somebody else. You can no longer enjoy the luxury of those things. When God said that you need to be poor, he didn't mean that you need to be physically poor. Okay? What he meant was, do not be materialistic. Do not want a big house, a big car, a luxury life that you will sacrifice your soul just to have it. He said, you know, be okay with sometimes not having those things, as long as that you have life, you can breathe every day. Be joyful about the little things that you have. Don't worry about those material things that is going to go away anyway. So he said, don't kill yourself for no job. Don't kill yourself for no house. Don't kill yourself for no car. Don't kill yourself to have all these luxury clothes, because at the end of the day, you work, and you get all these luxury things, but are you enjoying them? What are you enjoying for them? Yeah, you may have a mansion. You may have a fancy car. You may have Jordans every day. You may have a lace front that's $500 some dollars. You may have all of those things. But can you enjoy them? Can you enjoy them? You cannot. So that's why he said, sometimes it is rather to be a poor person, not care about money and luxury, but just care about the little things that you can take with you forever. Because even the body that you have, you can't take that shell with you. It's going back to dust. But the soul and the spirit that you have, that's something you can take with you. Your dignity that you can take with you. Your humanity, your love, those things you can take with you. The love and the respect that you have for yourself, those things you can take with you even when you die. But you can't take a house with you. You can't take a car with you. You can't take clothes with you. You can't take none of those things with you. So sometimes it is better to sacrifice for the future than to worry about the present or the things that you have. You know, it's okay to say, you know what? If my job ain't treating me right, They don't respect me. I'm not gonna keep going clocking in on that damn job. Yeah, I may lose my house, I may lose my car, I may lose all their damn things. But goddamn, I'm gonna stick with my dignity. I'm gonna get respect. I'm not gonna let them overwork me. I'm not gonna let them mistreat me. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not selling my soul to no job just to have a luxury life when I know I'm not being treated right. I'm so worried about the things that I need that I refuse to feed somebody else or offer somebody else a shelter or even put shoes on somebody else's feet that may need it more than you because you're so worried about the things that you have to have. And you don't care about helping someone else. So, yes, do I feel, do I feel that teachers are doing the right thing by going on strike and sacrificing everything? Yes, I do feel like they're doing the right thing. I really do. I do. It's time for people to stand up against corruption. It is time for people to stand up and say enough is enough. It's a lot. If this job is so easy, then why don't you come and do this job? You're not here risking your life. You're not here every day. There's no protection for our children. You know, there's no protection for me. I'm risking my life nowadays by coming and clocking in the school because I don't know who may have a gun coming into this building and may want to just shoot everybody. These kids are having mental health problem because why? It's so much work. You put a lot of pressure on little children. School is supposed to be a place of learning, fun, and excitement. You're supposed to want to be happy to go to school. Now it turned into a prison boot camp for these children to where they're not happy. They're more stressed out because they worried about their grades, they're worried about their homework, they worried about all these different things, and you expect these children to cope when they don't have nothing to relieve their stress because you don't took all of those things out of the school. It is okay for our children to go to school and learn how to change their sexual preference. It is okay for our kids to go to school and learn about gay pride. It is okay for our children to go learn about all these unnecessary things. And I'm not against gay people. I'm not at all. What I'm saying is, a lot of stuff cannot. We don't need it in our school. We don't. We really don't. If you choose to be gay as an adult, that's your life. That's your life. But children, they don't understand their life. They don't have a grasp of what they want to be or whatever else. So they don't know all these things. So we shouldn't be teaching it to them. When they're old enough and they decide, well, hey, mama, something is different about me. I just been liking, people who look like me. Then that's when the parents should sit down and talk to their children about that. That should be something that a parent should do with their kids, not the school teacher, not the principal, not the school. That is not your job. Your job is there to teach them stuff that they need to know so that they can survive in the real world. They can take those tools of training in the real world. Why don't you teach them about financial, how to build their credit up, Why we're not teaching children about that? How to establish a business? What's the EIN number? What is obtaining a business license? How can I stay financial stable? This is some of the stuff that should be taught in our school. You know, for the children that have dreams of becoming singers and actress, with the performing arts, we should be able to have those in our school.
Why?
Where's my phone?
Your phone? Oh, look at this. So long.
I told you to bring it down and put it on the charge. Y'all come and eat my food either. And Khalil put some juice in his cup. You know you gonna come down here and get that cup. Yeah, so I do think what the teachers are doing. I told you my charge is on the thing. Yeah. Go back. No. No. Yeah, so yes, I do feel like, teachers, they should stand up. And I think that the parents should also be ingredients with these teachers as well. Because a lot of this stuff that they're doing is benefiting your child. You know, um, teachers should get paid a good, decent salary. And I know a lot of people are like, girl, why you just stand up for these teachers after everything that your daughter went through last year? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I can understand, why. Shit, I'm not like saying like my daughter was an angel. She was not, you know. But yeah, I feel like what they're doing, they're going on strike, and I feel like they need to go on strike. I think a lot of people need to go on strike. I think a lot of people need to stand up and go on strike. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Here.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at myself on the which guy. So yeah, I think that people should go on strike. You know. Yeah. And the next time, I think I'm gonna come on here a little bit more often, guys. I think I'm gonna come on a little more often to pretty much just have some great topics. And I promise to be all down or up. You know what I'm saying when I come on here. It's just today I was just tired and I just wanted to come on because I happen to see the teachers. Um, I happen to see the teachers. Um, going down the road when I was driving, and it was out there, They was out there, protesting, which they should, and I think, and they're on strike, and I commend the teachers. They have very big hearts, very, very, you know, and I think the parents should not pressure these teachers to go back to work. I know that, hey, it's hard for your child being at home, and I know it's a lot on the parents, but also you have to put yourself in the teacher's shoes too. It's a lot on these teachers. A lot of teachers lost their lives in these schools. A lot of kids lost their lives in these schools, and these massive shootings are continuously happening. And it's always, oh, well, we didn't know. Yeah, you know, because it happens a lot, and you still don't put no type of protection in place. These kids are going to school. They're in heat. Sometimes the heat don't work. They cold in school. All of this stuff. These raggedy, worn down buildings that they refuse to put money. They refuse to put money into these buildings for these students. Yeah, so it's a lot that these kids are going through. So I commend them. I commend them. I commend them. I really do. Well, guys, that's it for Make a Change talk show and podcast. I will. I don't know if I want to come on tomorrow night. I'm trying to get a set schedule of when I really want to start doing my talk show, because I'm still working with my network channel and my radio station and everything else. Getting it to be successful, it has been a challenge. But as I said, I have faith. I'm gonna keep pushing it. My nonprofit, it was not going in the right direction, but now I'm seeing to where it is, where people are actually donating and believing in my cause, and I know God is gonna bless my film and music production, because He knows that everything that I'm doing is to help other people and to make changes in other people's lives. So I know that He's gonna let my business go a long ways, because this is something that He knows that it's going to be able to help other people. So, as I said before, for those that do want to be a volunteer, you live in the Columbus area, I am looking for volunteers. And trust me, the volunteers that are coming on board as a volunteer for Make a Change post-COVID will eventually, when I start putting positions in place, you will be the first person to get those positions if you're qualified for those positions. Like I said, I'm going to need a lot. My next step I'm going to be working on is getting my home health license, and getting my license for my transportation. Now that I got everything done on my Make a Change film and music production, now I have to go and work on getting the home health license, getting the transportation license, getting the license for the food and stuff like that. Because yes, we are going to be able to, we not only going to get boxes of food, but we're going to get hot, warm meals each and every day delivered to your home and stuff like that. You don't even have to come in the place for it. We're going to be having like group Zoom meetings to where we going to be talking about things. I did make a group. I'm going to make a group chat I'm going to make a private group chat for the people who wants to sign on. It's just a group basically talking about COVID, giving you a group, a support group. So I'm going to be starting a support group for post-COVID and the people who have also suffered from the vaccines. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have a safe haven, a safe place to talk, of how this has impacted your life, with no judgment. Nobody's there to judge you, and it'll just be a group of people in there. Everybody can relate, and we gonna, now we're gonna just be helping with resources until we get these services established and our nonprofit to where we can start distributing and helping you guys out. You know, my goal is to help you stay in the financial by you being in the program. But you do have to be in the program. It's for the people that comes and that needs help, and you're in the program. These services are for you, with no judgment. No matter what your background, no matter where you come from, don't matter what you look like, don't matter none of those things. If you suffer from post COVID and you need help, you need a support group. That's what we're here for. We're not here to judge your circumstance. We're here to help you to get out of it, so that way you will bring hope back into your life and happiness in your life. You know what I'm saying? So guys, if this is what you want to do, contact me, and I'm definitely going to need a couple of people to be a part of this. So if you're like a counselor or whatever else, and you want to volunteer for right now until we start putting fundings in place to where we can start paying you actually salary, then and believe me guys, when I start putting salaries in place, I'm going to make sure that each salary is enough for each person and for your work that you done. Okay? So just know you'll be joining a great team. So thank you guys. I got to go. This is your girl, Make a Change. As you know me as a sexual healing doctor. I haven't went live on my TikTok page, but I think I might go live. I might go live again on my TikTok page. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna have time, and to go live on my TikTok page. Cause my TikTok live used to be booming, so But people was always hitting on my TikTok live, because when I tell you I was having like 8,000 people in that live, 5,000 people was taking my ideals, getting my account banned because they want to steal my ideal, getting me on suspension from my live, and then stealing my ideal, even though that I was helping them to get up 1,000 and get their live going by allowing them to be co-hosts with me. But as I said before, what God got for me, He has for me. No one can stop my shine. No one can stop my glow. No one can stop anything that God has for me. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for those who have tuned in and watched Make a Change podcast and talk show, guys. And as you know, that Make a Change podcast is coming very soon. That's going to be another entity that we're going to have as well, for those that actually want to have podcasts, which you can have podcasts on my radio station. You can have like a talk show on my radio station. But if you want to have a podcast, I do have like a podcast software to where people can actually come on board and actually have a podcast through my software. So therefore, I do have a podcast software. I have a radio station. I have a network channel. Every entity to where you want to be a creator. So I'm opening up doors. And yeah, there might be a lot of softwares out here giving you opportunity, but this is the opportunity that you don't have to pay for, and you actually can earn money. So just think about it. So I did all the hard work for you. So guys, have a wonderful night, and I have to go because I have to be in class. It's 6 o'clock. Okay, have a great night, guys. Before I go, let me say, tune in Saturday at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, because I'm going to have my girl, Ty and Michelle. They're going to be co-hosts with me on Saturday on the podcast. And it's going to be a great topic. As you know, Ty, she owns a nutrition shop here in Ohio. She has two of nutrition shop, and she has came up with some great ideas for the meal replacement shakes and stuff like that. She's gonna have some hot, warm taste oatmeal, everything for the winter time. So guys, do go check it out. So if you're a person, you want to lose weight, you want to eat healthy, and you don't know how to do it, and things just haven't been going right. This is a podcast you want to tune into, because we're going to be talking about all of these great things. And also, hopefully, they may be on board with being a part of my podcast and joining Make a Change Network. So you probably will be seeing a lot of them on my channel as well. So, you guys have a great night. Have a wonderful night. You know, I gotta go for the last time.